Hey Jags, I'm Natalie Cruz.
And I'm Tamora Davis, and this is J&N's The Central. Class yearbooks may be purchased on My School Bus for $65 through December 31st. The price will increase second semester, so be sure you get your yearbook now.
Election Day will be Tuesday, November 5th, 2024. The candidates with the most support are Kamala Harris, the current Vice President, and former President Donald Trump. Key issues in this election include health care, abortion rights, climate change, and the economy. Check your local news sources to find out how these issues impact Mississippi.
Hi Jags, this is Ainsley Deel with your weather. Today we are seeing cloudy skies with a high of 85 and a low of 63. On Tuesday we will see a slight chance of rain with a high of 81 and a low of 60. On Wednesday and Thursday, our highs will be in the upper 70s with a low of 57 on Wednesday and a low of 48 on Thursday. We end the week on Friday with a high of 69 and a low of 45. That's all for this week, Jags. Back to Tamora with the news.
Madison Central held its annual canned food drive on September 30th through October 4th. J&N's Natalie Mann reports on all the hard work Madison Central put into supporting the Mississippi Food Network.
September 30th through October 4th, Madison Central and Rosa Scott will host their annual canned food drive. With the help of SGA and teachers, they hope to encourage students to donate to the Mississippi Food Network. Rivers Biggs is the student body co-president of SGA. She has been in SGA for 5 years and hopes to help Madison Central reach their goal of raising 90,000 cans.
Me and all of Exec, we're here every day helping with cans and just making sure everything goes smoothly. I think we could really hone in on the cause and what it's going to, because I feel like that'll really make people see it is going to a really good cause and their cans are very needed.
Another avid member of the Madison Central and Rosa Scott Canned Food Drive is accelerated English teacher and SGA sponsor, Katherine Pound. Ms. Pound campaigns for her students to bring the most cans each year.
I do enjoy the SGA sponsorship. We always seem to get the best kids in the school to be a part of it, and we try to instill a sense of leadership in them. Rosa Scott, we always try to get the teachers involved, ask teachers if they would offer any sort of incentive. And SGA is integral in kind of just encouraging teachers to raise more cans and just, taking a backseat to it.
Dr. Beatty is the CEO for the Mississippi Food Network. Dr. Beatty works very hard in leading the Mississippi Food Network in their fight against hunger.
We are grateful for the relationship that we have with Madison Central because you guys raise tons of food for us every year, and we're grateful for it. The last I heard, you brought in about 8, 9, 10, or 12 gaylords of food. It's like a ministry for me. It's good work because it's God's work.
Madison Central and Rosa Scott's Canned Food Drive raised approximately 70,000 cans. With the help of dedicated teachers, SGA, and student body, the Mississippi Food Network will have enough cans in their pantry to last them through the winter. This has been Natalie Mann with J&N.
The Mississippi Civil Rights Museum's This Little Light of Mine exhibit honors past civil rights activists through music, art displays, and photos throughout the gallery. J&N's Sela reports on the significance of this exhibit and what it means to the Jackson area.
The Civil Rights Museum in Jackson, Mississippi has an exhibit titled This Little Light of Mine. This exhibit is the centerpiece for the entire museum. This Little Light of Mine's large centerpiece lights up in accordance with the music that it plays to honor the civil rights movement. Jasmine Holmes is an educator on the movement here in Mississippi.
When people come into the museum, the piece is one of the first things that they see, and I can not count how many times people have walked in and immediately looked up and asked, "What's that?" I love the music that it plays. That's one of my favorite things about being in the museum is just the sound of the freedom songs, especially when folks walk in and are able to kind of see it light up and see the whole show. It's really great. I have a personal connection with what the piece represents. So I have a personal connection with the movement and also the hope that the movement continues to move forward as people leave the space.
The exhibit commemorates the civil rights movement with images of activists who progressed the movement. Shaylin Smith, a visitor service representative, has more information.
This Little Light of Mine is really neat because the sculpture moves out into every gallery of the Civil Rights Museum. So in a way, it's kind of talking about how all the stories of the civil rights movement here in Mississippi all came together to join one movement. The civil rights movement brought everybody together, and how it got everybody to join one fight, no matter where they were at in life and in the state of Mississippi. They all came together. It made people aware of the movement.
You can visit the Civil Rights Museum in Jackson at 222 North State Street. This has been Sela Waller with JNN.
Speech and Debate had their most recent tournament at Madison Central High School on October 5th. JNN's Connor Watson reports on the speech and debate process and the influence it has on Madison Central students.
Here at Madison Central, the speech and debate team reigns loud and proud as they host a tournament here at this school. But the council, directed underneath Mrs. Clapper Davis, stands out during the organized chaos that is the tournament. If we're talking about speech and debate, then we must talk about the one and only Mrs. Clapper Davis. She is the coach of speech and debate.
It's way more difficult hosting a tournament. One of the big things is, for the majority of the year, I prep students to speak and debate at tournaments and do the research, and I coach them on their pieces and things like that. Hosting a tournament, I do once a year at Madison Central and twice a year overall, because I also host the state championship tournament. And it's way more stressful because you want to make it a good experience for other people. We want other schools to be happy. We want other schools to come back. We had almost 300 students here, 200 adults, and it was over the entire span of a weekend. So it's really kind of a big undertaking when you are hosting a tournament at your own place.
Rain Moncrief is the team manager of the speech and debate team.
Highlights, I would say there were a few times, like anytime that me, Alex, or Sarah were sitting outside the room with Clapper were fun, like we would help her out with anything that she needed done, and that's always nice, just hanging out with like your coach and doing things. Also awards, before awards we hand out our senior pins that we pick out for them especially, and that's always nice, get to see them really enjoy something.
Alex McDougall, the co-president of Speech and Debate.
It was, because you're around your friends, and you might be stressed while doing it, but you're stressed with your friends, and you're all working towards a goal together, so that's always a nice feeling.
If you would like to find out more about Speech and Debate and their journey here, please visit the Madison Central website. This was Connor Watson with JNN.
Well, that's all for this episode, Jags.
Be sure to visit our Instagram at Jaguar News Network for more updates throughout the week.
Until next time, I'm Tamora Davis.
And I'm Natalie Cruz. And this has been JNN's The Central.